job again?
Pretty much I talk about hockey for a living.
And they let you get away with that.
Why, because I can barely skate?
Yeah, but even worse, you said Nashville was gonna be good this year. Let's go!
Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do.
I'm having a great
Finger flick.
You're allowed to show up.
This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills. With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR.
Victory puppies, Iggy! Oh, that was a terrible throw. I'm sorry. Don't comment on my pajama pants. I don't care. I'll make a video like that. I went to the store like this.
Oh, by the way, that $1,200 vet bill was actually more like $1,300. What was it? Some sort of tick-borne disease? Check your dog for ticks.
Poppy is back!
All he needed was a little Marner magic. Leafs win! It was 4-2. It was, I choose to count the Tavares goal. That is officially 3-2 over the Nashville Predators. Now listen, the NHL has 32 teams. That's so many teams! I don't expect everyone to pay attention to all teams all the time. But Nashville was pretty good last year. They had that crazy run after getting denied going to a U2 concert, which in 2024? Like, I don't know, respectfully, that's the show? That turned the entire franchise, that turned the whole season around? Anyway, the story's been told 1,000 times, but Nashville was supposed to go to a concert in Vegas. It was supposed to be U2 at the Sphere. Very big. They lose very bad before that concert. They cancel the concert, and then after that, they were the hottest team in the league for like 2 months. They have a very good first round against the Vancouver Canucks, but despite outshooting them in pretty much every game, like by a wide margin, they end up dropping the series. But the potential is still there. So what do? Jonathan Marchessault, he had over 40 goals last year. They sign him. Steven Stamkos, he had over 40 goals last year. They sign him. Brady Shea, he's a really good defenseman. They sign him. Generally speaking, when your team lacks goal scoring and you go out and acquire over 80 goals from last year in free agency, that's a pretty good summer. Do you want to see where they are in the standings after this game? Here's the standings. Columbus is up there in 21st, Seattle 22nd. Nope, they're not there. No, keep going. There they are. Second last beneath the Sens, Habs, and just above the Blackhawks. Dude, Nashville could have won tonight and they would have passed the Canadiens, but the Habs have a game in hand. Their record is 7-13-6. They have lost almost as many games in overtime of the shootout as they have won game. They have won 2 out of their last 10. The only team with a worse record in their last 10 is the Chicago Blackhawks, who are the only team behind them, and the team that the Leafs just beat on Monday. Preds fans, I'm not doing this to turn the knife, although I still haven't forgotten 9-2. I don't care how long ago it was. Actually, we just passed the 10th anniversary. Isn't that nuts? That's true. 10 years ago, my wife called down the stairs while I was shooting a video to let me know that Nashville scored a 9th. I'm doing it just to illustrate how little I can believe where the Preds are. Like, what is it? Is it their goaltending? Is their goaltending crap? No, Saros is fine. League average goaltending is like 900 these days. Saros is above a 910. Oh, is it special teams? Maybe. I bet their penalty kill sucks. Their penalty kill's first! Or at least it was before Willie showed up. Goals! They need goals. They have 60 goals on the season. 60 goals in 26 games. The Ducks also have 60 goals, so they're tied for worst in the NHL, except the Ducks have played 3 fewer games. The Predators, who added over 80 goals in free agency this summer, cannot score. But they got Steven Stamkos, who's been a Leaf killer over his career. For the last time they played in the playoffs. I love the Lightning. For some reason, how are they the only team that the Leafs can actually talk crap to? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but if there was going to be a game that would change the narrative, where you could flip the script, do it in Toronto. You're in Toronto, everyone's watching, it's a national game, come on. Win this thing, get everyone scoring. You know what would be awesome? A little bit of luck! And that's what they get right out of the gate. Jonathan Marchessault, who's had a brutal season, just fires it in. He just fires it in off the boards. Off the glass, off the stanchion, off of something demonic, I don't know what. This screenshot of all the Leafs on the ice should let you know what's going on. Someone's at center ice, so he doesn't matter. Everyone else is just sort of guessing. Wool is guessing the opposite of everyone else. No, not a Leaf on the ice is looking at the puck right now. Jonathan Marchessault is. You want to see where the puck is if we fast forward 1 second to where it bounced? There it is. Here, Drew, can you circle it or something? It's that blur. It's a blur right there at the top and no one's looking at it. Wool is definitely not looking at it. They have no idea. It lands basically right at Wool's feet, almost trickles in on its own, but Marchessault taps it in the rest of the way. And the Nashville Predators, who have gotten nothing for free this season, get an easy one, a lucky one, a fluky one, one that they probably feel like they deserve. And it's 1-0 Nashville early. And it stays that way until the end of the first. And it stays that way until the end of the second. And I gotta be honest about something. The first 40 minutes of that game, what are the worst household chores? My bottom two are easy. Number one is folding laundry. It's not that it's hard, it's that it takes forever and it's tedious, especially if you have kids. Their clothes are so small. Dude, it's so bad. Like, you get excited when you see a towel. You're like, oh, that's big. That took up like a chunk of the dryer. I bet I'm half done after I fold this towel. And then you see like a dozen pair of socks and you never find both. Anyway, I hate folding laundry. The other one is emptying the green bin. It's always disgusting and wet and I hate it. And I would have rather done both of those things than watch the first 40 minutes of that game again. Dude, it was not good. And the team wasn't playing well. And this is kind of difficult because, yeah, different guys are getting different looks and guys, important guys, Matthews, he's trying to get back in the lineup. And while we would like to think that these guys go pedal to the metal, balls to the walls for all 82 games, that's so many games. Teams, even the best teams, and right now the Leafs are one of the best teams, I'm just going to say they don't floor it against opponents that are maybe not doing that great in the standings. Earlier in the season, there was a streak where the Leafs got smacked around by some teams that are not doing very well. They weren't doing well then, they're not doing well now, but against the Leafs, they killed them. Chicago the other night, come on. That's about as bad as the Leafs have played in a win. And was it ever really close or concerning? No. The first 40 minutes of this game, the Leafs weren't flooring it. Here's the difference. They were losing and it was a lot less cute. William Nylander in particular, like, he was yapping at the refs all night, which is so unlike him. And he just seemed off. Of course, he came closest to scoring for them in the first two periods, but he just couldn't put anything together. Of course, he would end up putting something together, but not right away. So Craig Berube goes, all right, this is the first time he's done this as Leaf coach, I'm pretty sure. He gets out the blender and he goes, you know what? Mitch, Austin, you're playing together. It's the first time we've seen these guys play together in a month and a half? Matthews was missing from the lineup, and when he wasn't missing from the lineup, Marner was playing great with someone else, so they kept him together. And it took 5 seconds for them to connect on a goal, which is not literally true, but it's close enough. Producer Drew, can you put the NHL.com Edge goal visualizer on the screen? Because it's really cool and it shows how goofy these goals were. All right, Leafs top line. New look top line gets it going 30 seconds into the third. Matthews throws it to Riley, who rings it around for Marner right in front for Matthews, who the Preds forgot existed. And hey, it's 1-1. Listen, it's just a great read from everybody. Even Riley, who got the secondary on that. Marner, the precision to Austin, but Austin does on this play what he did all last year, what the best goal scorers in the league do. Score goals where you're like, how aren't you covering him? It's the same way Ovechkin keeps scoring on the power play. How don't teams know that it's coming? I don't know what to tell you, but he's obviously cracked the code there because he's closing in on 900 goals. Matthews goes to where he's supposed to be, he executes, and he's just Elmer Fudd about it. Just be very quiet. The Leafs have made it a game. Oh, they're not done. 2 minutes later. This one isn't as impressive on the goal visualizer. It just made me laugh. I think it's funny. Austin helps create the turnover. Marner rushes it up the boards. That's Roman Josi with him. He hands it off to Austin, who makes Gustav Nyquist look silly, and he just lazily tucks it on UC Saros. I loved how awkward the goal celebration was because, Matthews just stood there like the goal scorer often does, but Marner kind of did too. And if you look in the neutral zone, Fraser Minton is on the ice, and you're supposed to join them. Be happy, your team scored. I don't understand what happened there. The Preds don't understand either, but Mitch Marner with a pair of assists and Austin Matthews with somehow his first 2-goal game of the season. Craziest stat of the night, they said on the broadcast. Matthews had 18 multi-goal games last year. Most players get 18 goals. That's a good season. He had 18 multi-goal games. If you're Nashville, things go from bad to worse. They take a penalty. Good, you deserve it. Matthew Nyes decides to go between his legs on the power play for fun. You want to see what William Nylander had to shoot at? Feel good. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's going in. No. And oh yeah, I think he's gonna score that. And Mitch got an assist on that one too. 3 assists in the game. And listen, I know I've been hard on Marner. I know. 1, the criticism has never been the regular season. 2, I knew he was gonna be good this season. 3, to back it up, he's on my fantasy team. Dude, look at this. Since the Leafs lost 3-0 to Ottawa, goal and an assist, 2 assists, 2 goals, a goal, 2 assists, 2 assists, 3 assists. Marner has points in 8 straight games and multi-point games in 7 of them. And in hilarious fashion, as if he's doing a bit, Marner has now gone 2 straight games without a single shot on goal, 5 assists. No, there's no way that's not on purpose. Absolutely not. And Zach Leroux, cantankerous rookie for the Nashville Predators, he gets into Joseph Wool's grill. Marner gives him a stinky mitt! And we're all like, MitCHELL! Matthew Nyes goes, MitCHELL, I will do the, stand over there. And he's right, yeah, no, stand over there. But I really appreciate the sentiment. I know some people think this is disrespectful to the hockey Marner has played over the course of his career. This is the best he's ever looked. To me, bar none. This season is the best he's ever looked. He's scored at a 100-point pace a bunch of times, but he's never actually achieved 100 points. Right now, he's scoring at 1.44 points per game. If he keeps this pace up, he's on pace for 118. He's currently 4th in NHL scoring and only 3 points back of 1st. He has as many points as Jack Eichel and more than Mikko Rantanen, which I'm sure his agent is very happy about. Listen, the contract stuff, I'm just elevator music in my head. I'm pretending it doesn't exist. I'm waiting. Listen, throughout the summer, will he get traded? Won't he get traded? What's going to happen? Once the decision was made, no, he's staying here. If you didn't see the season coming, you weren't paying attention. The Predators do get one back. It's off a, kind of a fortuitous puck battle out of the corner. Wasn't the greatest play, but Again, you really kind of nitpick the Leafs to find too much to complain about right now. I didn't like that they pulled within 1. I didn't like how busy Joseph Wool got down the back half of the 3rd period there. I didn't like that the ref blocked Mitch from getting an empty netter because 1, it would have iced the game, and 2, that's 4 points in fantasy, you jerk! Marner got me 8 points tonight, he could have got me 12! But I did like that they ended the game up top. Big dub, 2 points, doesn't matter who it's against, questions. What are the odds that Treliving signs Marner to an extension before Christmas? That's a complicated one. You're gonna think I'm crazy? I don't think either party wants to do that. You know how in negotiation, one side comes in here, the other side comes in here, and you meet somewhere in the middle? Mitch doesn't need to do that right now. Hi, yes, you'd like to sign me to a contract? While I'm in the middle of playing the best hockey of my life, you say. Go right ahead. We start at 14 mil times 8 and see how I feel. Unless Mitch is in the mood to take an enormous discount, I don't know why he would want the extension before Christmas. Now, for the Leafs, it's a lot more complicated. The incentive to sign him before Christmas is obvious, but their reservations are also obvious. There's a lot of snark out there, you wanted Marner traded in the offseason. Look at how he's playing now. You guys own a calendar? No one has been trade Mitch Marner because of his performance in December. So far, Mitch and Berube has been a match made in heaven. How does that look in the playoffs? There's no way to know until you see it. Here's what I think, and maybe this is naive and naively optimistic. Mitch wants to be here. The Leafs want Mitch to be here. The Leafs want to see something out of Mitch that they haven't quite seen. If he helps take the Leafs to new heights, you saw tonight, they need him. They need him. Sorry, to be specific, they need this version of him. If this version of him shows up in the spring, they'll give him everything he wants and more, and it's basically just on him to be like, yeah, okay, I'll take millions and millions of dollars. But if the spring goes the way last spring went, no one is happy. Is it a snub for Team Canada to leave JT off the roster? He's having a monster season. Dude, he's so good. I was just thinking that tonight. When he turned it on there at the end of the second, he's got this undeniable gear, and he's playing great. I don't think Craig Berube hates coaching him either. I had heard rumors of Sheldon Keefe really not liking Tavares' game. Dude, this is as good as he's looked since his first year here. But in terms of should he have made Team Canada, I think you can make an argument for him to be an extra. Here's the thing. Team Canada, Team USA, those are the teams that have had the most conversation around them in terms of snubs. both teams are extremely good. Sportsnet made a roster of just guys who didn't make the team, and it was crazily good. Want to know something more crazy? Their snub roster didn't even have Tavares on it. Down the middle, the snub roster has Mark Scheifele, who a lot of people thought was going to make the team. Macklin Celebrini. We'll get back to that. Nick Suzuki and Robert Thomas. Okay, Nick Suzuki, Robert Thomas, you can have that conversation. Celebrini just got here. Since when does Team Canada go, oh yeah, for sure. We're going to pick a teenager over a vet, a grizzled vet. It has been Hockey Canada's MO, almost to a fault, definitely to a fault, to go with the old guy over the young guy. Macklin Celebrini. You're not even going to bring him as a winger? No, that's crazy. I'm sorry. Listen, he's in his mid-30s. Rest probably wouldn't be the worst thing for John Tavares. And remember that time he blew his knee in Sochi? I didn't like that, and the Islanders really didn't like that. But man, to not even make the snub roster is nuts. And this one just made me laugh. I'm missing Alexander Nylander's creativity. Now that you've seen him on the team, do you think he'd be a better fit than Ryan Reeves? Also, this person was knitting the entire game, and I love that. They're sitting right behind the Preds bench. They have unreal seats. They are knitting what appears to be a very colorful, is it a sock? I think it's a sock. Experienced Predators hockey. Hey, here's the problem. Who is a better hockey player, Alex Nylander or Ryan Reeves? It's Alex Nylander. He can do more stuff. Who's a better fourth liner? Now, well, it depends who you ask. You ask Craig Berube, it's probably Ryan Reeves. I also like Alex Nylander's creativity. I like his speed. I like his shot. It's funny. He's got a lot of the same tools that Willie does, and it just doesn't get put together the same way. There's something missing. There's a timing that's off. It's almost uncanny valley. Like, there's so many things that he does similarly to Willie, just without any of the finish. I don't mind that player in the lineup. I really don't. But in terms of what Craig Berube wants a fourth line to be, dude, Connor Dewar was throwing the body tonight. Nikita Grabenkin, you don't even have to ask. And Ryan Reeves, well, it's Ryan Reeves. That line had a couple bad shifts. They had a couple really good ones. Look at Grabenkin, look at Minton. If Alex Nylander, had stood out in the games that he'd played, he would have been playing tonight. And he wasn't. And lastly, did Nashville quit on their coach during the third period? Nope, they're just this bad. And if they lose tomorrow night in Montreal, he might quit on them. Or Barry Trotz will do it for him. So, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. I am doing a book signing. I'm doing a book signing. This video's too long. A book signing in Ottawa on October 7th. That's this Saturday at 2 in the afternoon at the Indigo at Pinecrest. So I'll see you there. Go to bed.
Hey, France fans and Steve Dangle podcast listeners. I'm Jacob Battaglia, and I'll be joining the SDP with their live show at the Caesar Company right after our game on December 8th. Come see me and my teammates take care of business on the ice, and come see me and the Steve Dangle podcast take care of business off of it. Get your ticket packages now.